Lily loves girly things, but she also loved doing everything with Jack. Bugs, they're like best friends, not just other than sisters.
Still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or
Two
anything
children
going
don't
on.
just disappear. Not here. Not in a town this small, where strangers stand out and every secret has an audience. So if Lily and Jack Sullivan vanished without a trace, it means one thing: someone here knows exactly what happened. And they're still not talking. Two children don't just vanish into nothingness. Not here. Not in a small, close-knit town where every face is familiar, where habits are noticed, and secrets, though unspoken, are often known. The disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan was never just a story about two missing kids. It's about a truth buried deep under layers of fear, silence, and carefully crafted lies. In cases like this, there's always someone who saw something. Someone who heard something. Someone who holds a crucial piece of the puzzle, one that could crack the case wide open. And the longer that person stays quiet, the greater the danger becomes. Not just for Lily and Jack, but for every child in this town. If you've followed our work before, you already know these names. Every single detail you're about to hear has been pulled apart, examined, and reassembled for one purpose only: justice. We're not here to waste your time. We're here for the children. We're here for the truth. And truth has a way of rising to the surface, even when someone is desperate to keep it buried. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button if you believe in fighting for justice. Because together, we've already passed 3,000 subscribers, and our goal is 4,000, then 5,000, and beyond. Let's build this community stronger, so no story like this gets forgotten. August sunlight stretched across the quiet street outside the Sullivan home. Lily, her jacket's metallic star catching the light. Jack, more withdrawn that morning, but still close to his sister. That was the last confirmed sighting. Two small figures on what should have been an ordinary day, until by nightfall, they were gone. Replaced by silence, shifting timelines, and a suffocating wall of unspoken truths. We're not here for speculation or finger-pointing without cause. We're here to strip away the layers, one by one, until we see what's been hidden behind closed doors. Because in cases like this, the truth doesn't disappear. It waits. From the very start, the public narrative felt managed. Authorities stressed vigilance, but not urgency. Media coverage softened the story, calling it a mystery, as though time alone would solve it. Search parties and candlelight vigils painted a picture of unity, but underneath, people whispered. This isn't the wilderness. This is a place where you notice an unfamiliar car instantly. So the question became unavoidable: if no one saw them leave, did they leave at all? And then there was the bridge. Not a well-known landmark, just a weathered wooden crossing on a dirt road, the kind you wouldn't stumble upon unless you already knew it was there. Publicly, it was part of the search grid. Privately, search teams swarmed it with intensity. You don't bring K-9 units, sift through creek mud, and scour both banks without believing someone, or something, passed that way. Information was controlled. GPS data from devices that could track movements toward the bridge. Delayed. Trail camera footage. Held back for weeks. The kind of delays that raise dangerous questions: who controlled that data, and why? Names began to emerge. Malaya Brooks Murray, the mother. In public, the grieving parent holding photographs. In private, a history of disputes, emotional struggles, and questionable choices about who watched her children. Then Daniel Martel, the stepfather figure, quiet at first, but later described by neighbors as controlling, secretive. And the locals, friends, neighbors, some of whom spoke warmly on camera, but in private told different stories, of late-night arguments, the children seeking food elsewhere, and unfamiliar cars lurking near the dirt road. These fragments don't tell the whole truth, but they form the outline of a shadow. One that isn't a stranger, it's close. The silence here was deliberate. Authorities kept press conferences short, vague, and carefully worded. Questions about child protective services went unanswered. Those who'd heard troubling stories about the home life were left with the chilling sense that if records existed, they'd been buried. Fear runs through this town, not fear of strangers, but fear of speaking out. Fear of retaliation, of reputations destroyed, of becoming the next target. In some cases, that fear is social exile. In others, it's something darker. And so, people whisper in kitchens but fall silent when a microphone appears. Theories grew in private. That the mother hid the children to protect them from something worse. That they were taken by someone close, silenced forever. Or that the truth is known, but being protected, maybe by those with influence, power, or something to lose. The first critical hours were wasted. Search efforts delayed. Key areas, like the bridge, barely touched until later. Misinformation spread. False sightings, misleading tips, pulling resources away from real leads. And many of those falsehoods, they didn't come from outsiders. They started here. In cases like this, silence isn't neutral. It shields the guilty, and it robs the innocent of justice. Someone here knows what happened to Lily and Jack. And they've decided that keeping that truth hidden serves them better than letting it see daylight. But secrets rot in the dark. They stain families, friendships, entire communities. And in the end, they always surface, through a confession, a slip, or a witness who can't carry the weight any longer. The longer this stays buried, the colder the trail becomes. Evidence fades. Memories blur. And those who could speak, lose their chance. The next move doesn't belong only to law enforcement. It belongs to every person who's ever seen something, heard something, or felt in their gut that something wasn't right. Drop what you know, facts, not rumors, in the comments. Because Lily and Jack didn't just vanish. The next move doesn't belong only to law enforcement. It belongs to every person who's ever seen something, heard something, or felt in their gut that something wasn't right. Drop what you know, facts, not rumors, in the comments. Because Lily and Jack didn't just vanish. They were taken, by someone's hands, or by someone's silence. And until that silence breaks, their story remains unfinished.